What's going on, guys? FaZe Censor here. Hope you guys are having a great day. And one of the things I've always been doing ever since I started YouTube was making videos that I felt had a purpose, because that's what I want to do in my life. I want to have a bigger purpose than just entertainment, with YouTube, with anything in the world. I always want to do something with a bigger purpose. If you guys go back on my channel, back to last December, I think it was 10 months ago, before I even had many subscribers or views, I shaved my head, I shaved it bald for raising awareness for my cousin who had leukemia at the time. So I like to do things that have a bigger purpose. And then when I found out that my dad, he contacted me saying that someone, I'm not going to mention his name, only had 3 months to live. He had lymph node cancer in his neck, and it spread through his body, and he said he only had 3 months to live. We found out about that. We wanted to make a video about it. I wanted to, reach out to a lot of people, and you guys, I just want to say you were fantastic. You guys all, showed a lot of support. You guys were giving all your concerns about everything, but when we found out that it wasn't real, I made sure I deleted the video right away, and I brought my dad over here so we could explain exactly what happened in the situation. So my dad knows a little bit more. He's going to tell you guys right now.
Well, basically what happened was, first of all, I brought this to Doug's doorstep. Someone reached out and contacted me about their ailment. And because it was cancer related, it hit kind of close to home, especially with my nephew and Doug's cousin, Grant, and everything that he went through. So it touches very close to home. Unfortunately, this didn't turn out the way we had expected. I don't want to cast any stones or anything, and we pray for this young man and for everything that he is going through, because he is sick. But apparently he's not dying in 3 months. So to make a long story short, I don't want to dwell upon what happened. I just want to move forward and just let you guys know. I read every single one of the comments I saw on Doug's video.
I didn't even get to see the comments. I was at the Giants-Cowboys game, and then I came home. My dad gave me 8 text messages. He showed me all these conversations and all this proof, and I was like, oh God, Dad, what do we do now?
And I told him basically what you got to do immediately is you can't let people think that this kid's sick and perpetuate the lie. So I told him to take it down immediately. We discussed it, and we both agreed upon that. And we said it was imperative to get a video out immediately. So here we are. You guys are terrific. There was almost 3,000 comments, and most of them was so positive. And you know what? They should still be the same comments, even though you know this information today. Because somewhere out there is somebody dying from this. We just don't know his name yet, or that person's name. And it's overwhelming, the amount of support you showed. And you know what? You should continue to show that support every single day, because the message is true. The message holds firm. Unfortunately, the circumstances around this particular incident may not hold true. I'm sorry, guys. My deepest apologies. I was fooled to a certain degree, but I guess the best thing I can do is just leave it to my son, and maybe he could sum this all up best for you. But I need to be here because I'm the one who brought it to the doorstep.
Thank you, Dad. So he told this to me, and at first I glanced at it. He texted me from time to time, hey, shout out this kid, talk to this kid, talk to this kid, and I'll go on Instagram and I'll like send a little selfie or something, and I'll say, hey, what's up, because my dad tells me to. If my dad says, hey, you should really talk to this kid, then my dad's usually gonna say you should talk to the kid. So I'll talk to him, I'll say something, sometimes I'll like send a selfie, I'll be like, hey, what's up, and you guys are like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then my dad sent me this one, and I was like, this doesn't seem right at all, it doesn't seem real. And I ignored it for a couple of days. Sometimes I won't respond to my dad. He responds to me again, he goes, Doug, you should really, make some time, talk to this kid, so sad. So I go on the Instagram, I contacted him, and he told me, he only had 3 months to live. He gave me all these pictures you guys saw in yesterday's video. He has actually like tubes going through his neck. I said, okay, well, something bad happened here. I looked up lymph node cancer. I looked into it a little bit more. And then I found out, the disease was real. It made sense. Everything made too much sense. And he went all in with this lie. Like, he was trying to sell it completely to me. And at this point, I felt like I was obligated to believe him. And it would almost be disrespectful if he did have this disease and I didn't believe him and I didn't follow through with what I was saying. So I wanted to make a video, and I wanted to make yesterday's video to raise awareness and just send positive messages out to people. And unfortunately, it backfired. And I felt my reputation was being tainted. I felt humiliated. I felt embarrassed. And I didn't know what to do, so I just figured the best thing to do is delete yesterday's video. I didn't want it to go on anymore. I didn't want to give the guy any attention at all. That's just completely wrong. You don't lie about dying. It's always going to backfire. If you're not going to be dying, then obviously people are going to know about that. If I kept that going, people are going to be like, what's going on with this kid? What's going on? What's happening with him? And then it just backfired back onto me and my father. So
put yourself in our shoes. How do you ask somebody to verify that they're dying? I mean, that's one of the most uncomfortable questions you could ask somebody, to prove it. I don't want to be tainted and jaded in my life. I want to believe everybody out there. But once again, like Arlene Nail says, you can trust, but you need to verify. And the only sad thing about this is some kid who maybe does want to reach out to us, I'll think twice, and I'm sure you would, and my son will now also. He's going to think twice to reach out to somebody who maybe was genuinely sick or really needs that little bit of support that might make him feel better. I'm just so sad about the entire situation, and once again, everybody, I apologize. I was duped, and I'll try not to let it happen again.
Yeah, this is the first and hopefully the last. I made a video, like I said, I shaved my head bald for my cousin. That was a year. It only was a year ago, 9 months ago. But I did that. I've went to Mexico to meet a random girl who's now my girlfriend of 4 months. That's real. That's not fake. She's obviously my girlfriend. She's gonna be here next week. I met her. I went to Mexico. I just flew out on a whim. Like, I do things like this. I flew out to Canada to meet a fan. His name was Milan. I sat down with his whole family the entire day. I made like a day in the life with him. So I enjoy doing things like this. I surprised a fan that was at my block. This kid Alex. So I do a lot of these things all the time because I wanna do more than just sit behind my screen and just make videos all day. And honestly, sometimes I don't even have ideas. So I figure I'd rather do something that's cool and real than just try to do something at my desk, because I like to be out there. I like to go out and do things. And this to me seemed like an awesome opportunity to send a great message and to make somebody's day and make them happy. But then I found out that he was only using me and my dad. He was using my dad as a stepping stone to get to me, just to get attention and to grow an Instagram account and his social media, and obviously it's all gonna backfire. So that's all I really have to say. I deleted the video. I felt we needed to make this video. It was necessary. I know moving forward, I asked the kid for pictures. I asked him, hey, do you have any other pictures in the hospital? And he showed me all these other pictures, and at that point, I felt obligated to believe him. So again, I want to apologize, guys. I don't want to make you guys think that this is a real thing, and then you feel sympathized for this kid, and then it's just not real. That's why we have to tell you guys, because it's important that you're not supposed to do something like that. It's morally wrong. You don't lie about dying. Like, that's just not right.
It's not.
I gotta stop, because I'm getting pissed off
really
again.
Upset. I don't want to get angry. I forgive the kid. Obviously, this is what he thought he needed to do. Unfortunately, it was definitely the totally wrong way to go about it. I feel bad that he does have had the cancer, or you know what? In hindsight, God bless him. Whatever.
He did have a cancer or something. He had like a tumor and he got it removed. And
we don't know all the particulars.
We don't know every little
thing. He
did
have cancer, but apparently that part of the story was 100% true. He did go through the procedures. He did have the ailment. He might still have it, but he took it upon himself to take it even a step further. And like my son said, sell the lie and hang that little note on there. He only has 3 to 4 months to live. Now, it's hard to believe anything nowadays. It
makes you think, what's next? He's gonna, because if it's me, knowing me, I'd try to fly out to him in London, or have him come out to the FaZe house and make this guy seem so special, when in reality he's just using this fake story to gain attention, to get things that he wants. Like, I want any of you guys out there, a lot of you are probably younger and you probably don't know better, because I know when I was a kid growing up, even when Twitter first came out, I didn't do anything to this severity, but I've done things to get attention in the past, and I realized now that it's wrong. And I hope you guys could watch this and see, if you're gonna do something like what this kid is doing, it's always gonna come back and backfire in your face. So
let this be a lesson to you.
And this is gonna be a lesson to me and my father too, because people,
undoubtedly,
if you have a YouTube channel and you get viewers and you have a Twitter follower and you're bigger on social media, people are gonna want to use you for things, and I'm gonna use that as a lesson now moving forward. Like, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Without a doubt, same here.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, sorry guys. It's gonna be a little while since I started replying to everyone again on Instagram. I think I need to take a break for a little while. Even though I love all you guys, it's a lot of fun interacting with you. But this has left me a little bit jaded now. I'm gonna try and get over this. I forgive the kid. I hope you can do too. Please don't be so mean in the comments and everything.
He made a mistake. He made a mistake.
He made a terrible mistake, and
there's a lot. It's bad, but trust me, there's a lot of worse things out there too.
There can be things that are worse,
yeah.
And for everybody that does try to reach out in context that has a legitimate concern or whatever. If we spurn you at all, we don't mean to. It's just that we have to have our guard up from now on. And once again, I apologize. I apologize to you, Taylor. Excuse me, Censor, my son.
You can call me Taylor. You're my dad. You're my dad.
All right, love you. I'm sorry I brought this to your doorstep and brought this anguish onto you. I really am. I only have the best of intentions in my heart, both for you and all your fans. So I'm sorry.
So that's the truth, guys. That's the best way we could wrap this all up. We did this on one take, and I hope that this came out well. I'm going to look back at this and read it over again and make sure that everything's okay, but I felt this was definitely a necessary thing to do. Delete that last video, make this video, give you guys an explanation.
All right, guys. Remember, use code Censor. 10% off for G Fuel, Gymshark, 5% off Scuff.
Boom.
Love you.
Hope you guys have a great day. This is my boy Doug Censor Martin, and we're out.
Goodbye.
Peace.
That was good.
Yeah.